What's up, guys? GotDave here, and it is a cold morning. Dude, it actually just got into the 30s. 39.5. It was 43 or like 42 or something like that at my place. And then it always gets cold right there going past that park. Anytime you go past grass, it always gets cold. Whoa, it actually did an ice warning. Look at that. It's giving me ice warning. No way. 37.5. Just like the RC8, man. Yeah, it's a cold morning. So I was talking to my friend about this bike that I just recently bought, and I just recently had to call my insurance company and let them know that I have it now so that it can be insured. And it's like just shy of 500 bucks a year to insure that. It's like 400 and whatever, 90, you know, like it's right on the edge of being 500 bucks for my insurance for this bike for 1 year. He's like, man, he's like, that's kind of expensive, you know? And I go, yeah, I think, you know, like I think motorcycle insurance is expensive, like compared to cars. And it's because you think about like how easy it would be to crash a bike. And the first time I ever got insurance for a motorcycle was with my WR250 when I got that bike, started riding. And I remember talking to the insurance agent when I first signed up, you know, and they're like, oh wow, you got your motorcycle license and everything, you know, and they're like, yeah, that's a good bike to start with, you know, like the guy that I talked to actually knew what the WR250 was, you know. He's like, oh, he's like, that's a nice little bike. He's all that's good, you know, that's like a good starter bike, good upright position, you know, like this and that. And we started talking about the rates, you know, because I was like, wow, you know, it's gonna be like that. It was like probably like $1,000 for like my first year or whatever. And maybe not that much, but it was a lot, you know. And you know, I'm like, I understand, you know, I'm a new rider and this and that, whatever. And he goes, you got to understand this. He goes, this is how, like on a nationwide average in America, how motorcycle insurance rates are worked out is basically, he goes, we figure that you're going to total your bike in 1 year. That's it. He's like, if you're a new rider and you can ride for a whole year and not total your motorcycle, he's all, you're well above average for nationwide. And I'm like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. He's like, he's like, it's hard to believe. He's like, honestly, you know, it's like hard to believe, but that's how our rates are done, you know. And he's like, I've been told that, I've seen that on paper. And he's like, that's the statistic that we go by to do our rates. And I just hit the ice warning again. Freezing, man. See what it is. 37.5 again. I was about to say it doesn't feel near as cold up on the freeway, and look, it's like 45 and a half. Yeah, but that totally surprised me. I was like, that is insane, man. Like the nationwide average for like a new motorcycle rider is you're gonna total your bike in a year. Like that's crazy, dude. And I guarantee you it's not that bad over in Europe, because they start all their new riders out on 125s for 2 years and then 250s for 2 years, and then you got to be riding 4 years accident free before you could hop on a bike like this, which basically, I mean, that's where I'm at now, you know. Like I have been riding for 4 years now, and I have been, you know, accident free for 4 years, so basically I do qualify to ride this bike, but I did not work my way up. And I totally can see how that would avoid, that would keep a lot of people from crashing. It really would. It would keep so many more riders safe to have that law, just like they do over in Europe. To have that licensing procedure like they do over in Europe. I'm doing something a little bit different this morning. I'm still wearing the Scout gloves, but I noticed that even being 3XL, with my heated liners like that I wore yesterday, they're really tight. And I wonder if, because sometimes like tight gloves will cut off the circulation in your fingers and it'll actually make your hands feel colder, actually make your hands like go numb faster type of thing, you know, like it'll be the illusion of your hands being cold, because the lack of circulation from tight gloves. Even if the gloves are keeping your hands warm, it's counterproductive. And so today I thought, you know, maybe instead of having the heated liners under these, I'll just wear these gloves only. No heated liners under them today, and they're way looser. Like how the fingers feel and everything, they fit way looser because they are the 3XL, and they're awesome, dude. It's almost like my hands are staying warmer like this than they were with the heated liners in them. It's weird, you know, just because they're so much looser now and my hands can circulate. I'm actually staying a lot warmer and a lot more comfortable right now, even though today is like, it's freaking 7 degrees colder than it was yesterday. I changed my little screen over here. Instead of having a battery voltage for the third one, I've got the odometer so I could just look at it. I'm up to 262 miles that I've got on this thing now, and whenever it gets up around 600, I am going to do that first oil change, just like they say to do. And this bike, it's like the same, basically the same engine as the RC8. It's just like 100cc bigger, but it's the same setup. And it's like an $80 oil change, dude, because it holds like almost a gallon of oil, which costs $70. Then the filter's $10. So it ends up being an $80 oil change, which is pretty expensive, in my opinion. I see a biker up there right now. Oh, he's got his big old bags, man. I don't know how people do that. I like having a nice narrow bike for splitting lanes, man. I would not want to have luggage bags like that, dude. Oh, that's that guy on that old Beamer. See that guy all the time, man. He rides that thing every single day. That guy's hardcore, dude. That guy's doing like, he's as hardcore as I'm trying to be. I'll put it that way. He rides to work every single day, just like I freaking made the commitment to do just recently, you know? It's funny.